Welcome back to Drama Docket, the podcast where law school besties turned reality T philosophers break down our lives, pop culture, in the chaotic courtroom of our 20s. I'm Jenna.
And I'm Michael, and every week we bring you the highs, the lows, and the unsolicited opinions no one asked for. From post-it worthy thoughts to guilty pleasures on your screen, it's all going on the record.
So grab your iced coffees, consider this your summons, and let's get into the docket. Hey
Hey
guys!
guys,
Welcome to Drama Docket.
episode 8.
All right. I'm getting into it because okay, I'll rewind. I guess I'll give a little introduction.
Little shout
Um,
out, little introduction.
So, welcome back, obviously. I already said that.
Hmm.
This week it's just us. So we're gonna go back to our roots
Our
and
roots.
we're like psyched. We started to like prep this episode just for a little context. And then we're like,
Yeah,
you know what? Nah,
just fuck
we
it.
got this. Because well, honestly, what we were talking about, good content. We gotta save it for you guys.
Exactly. And you guys are obviously interested. So, and obviously it's a very important week in reality TV. So we had to obviously talk about this topic. We'll get into the topic, the docket, and the evidence lines later, but let's go warm and fuzzies.
Yep,
Jenna?
opening statements. Warm and fuzzy from this week. I feel like I am at a turnaround place in like my career and like
Oh,
my
that's
health,
good.
like just different parts of my journey. I feel like I don't know if like everything's going to be on the up and up, but
Hmm.
I feel like everything is progressing in a positive direction and I'm very
Hmm.
cautiously optimistic about that. So I think that
That's
is like
good.
my overarching warm and fuzzy. And
Oh,
this other warm and fuzzy is, guys, I tried the K. nail polish,
I'm
Lakeisha's.
obsessed. They're
I
so
cannot get
good.
enough of it. Like
It's
it's
very
so
you.
bright. It's literally this was two coats, guys. It
Two coats.
dries. So the first coat literally dried so fast. So because like I'll
Hmm.
be honest, I don't like to like I like to paint this hand and then paint this hand and be ready to paint this hand next. Like I don't
Yeah,
like to
you
have to
should
sit
don't
around
let
and
play
wait.
around. You could do
First
that.
coat was dry,
Oh,
quick and
period.
easy. And
Love
yeah,
that.
I'm loving, obsessed, can't get enough. So
And
thank
it's
you, thank you,
vegan
thank
and
you, Lakeisha.
thank you, Lakeisha. And this is like vegan and cruelty free, so it's even better. Amazing.
Yeah.
Love. Fabulous. Check her out. Listen to the previous episode if you want to see even more colors and more and
Yes.
more. I love that. I'd say my warm fuzzy. I was telling Jenna this. So I did a St. Patrick's Day inspired murder mystery party. Like I did that murder mystery thing last night with Kevin, and honestly had a really good time. Told Jenna I actually figured out who the killer was. Although after much investigation, it was pretty clear it was her based on how the actress was acting. But it was really fun and I made a friend. So I was telling Jenna, successful night. I actually went out.
Yeah.
I didn't leave early, and I made a friend.
That's a big win.
So it's a big win. And so I was honestly proud of. I was proud of both of us because Kevin and I at some point were like, "Yikes!" So we're proud of ourselves. Growth.
Growth. That's all we ever want.
We're
Look at
trying
us.
here. Baby
Both of
steps.
us
Look at
just
them.
like
We're
trying here.
thriving.
I'm
We're
obsessed.
thriving. Trying.
My golden prickly for this week is honestly like the weekends are just not long enough. Like
God, I feel you
I
on
just
that.
need more time. Like in granted, like I literally did like nothing yesterday, which we'll get into what I really did yesterday, but like
Yeah.
in all theory, it wasn't much. Um so yeah, I think that like I just feel like I need more time to although I did do some spring cleaning. See, here I am again, turning my negatives into
Turning it
the
around.
positives.
Jenna does that very well. We try to, I mean, always, we try to like be with accountability and we try to always like realize that it's not always awful and terrible.
So
Feels like
yeah,
it
so
sometimes. I
I
love that
guess
though.
I'll
That's
let you go
amazing.
because I'm yeah.
Well, mine's honestly very similar. I just don't feel like I have enough time to relax. And like, I love the growth of this podcast because like it's been really great and I'm really appreciative of everyone who's been able to help us grow, like us included, but also everyone else on the outside. But like it makes there's a lot more work for us to do, which is great and I'm appreciative of it all. It just means that like I gotta find time to relax because I'm not
Yeah.
like we're doing so much for
You
this
got to
and the rest
rebudget
of our lives.
time.
Exactly. I got to move stuff around. So there might be things that lose that are not as important that I then have to be like, yeah, I need to just take an hour. So,
Yeah.
but overall, not, I mean, like, could be worse, but That's really, it's just kind of an annoying little thing.
Yeah. And like I'm like this is a hill that I will continue to die on is that like our lives are just better when we're together. And
I agree. So
because it's
soon.
so close that like our lives are gearing up for that shift, that like nope, full
Yeah.
on everything good because
Yeah.
and
I
like
agree. Cause,
the message in church, because I went to church this morning,
oh, very
was
nice.
very similar. And it was like, the promise is there. It's just when it turns around and like actually comes. And I think the
Hmm.
promise is coming. And
Yeah, I agree. And I think sometimes it like you got to get through some bad because like, when I went to see Jenna, it was great. Fabulous. I was feeling great. Then I came back here and like now I feel like ugh, like literally like my body just like is clearly I'm just like meant to get out. So like I'm excited to fly the coop and move back, move not
and
back,
we're
but
excited
move.
to welcome him with
I know,
open arms.
I know. Kevin and I are very excited, so it'll be good. It's for the better. It'll be good.
Absolutely. With that, should we talk about the docket? Because let's rewind a little bit back to that statement where you said it was a very, very, very important week in reality TV. What happened this
Hmm.
week, Michael?
Well, so season 4 of The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives premiered on Thursday. And as they do, they drop every episode, all 10 at once. Although, a side note, before we get into all of our thoughts, the biggest issue I have with this season is we were promised, and I don't know where the proof is, but Jenna saw this as well. We were promised 20 episodes, and I was only given 10. So I'm a little pissed, but I'll be okay. But other than that, we've got a lot to talk about with that. So we should just probably dive right in.
Yeah,
This was
guys, The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. So they're on the docket this week. Um, what are your overall thoughts like of season 4, Michael? Like just give me like the 30-second how you're feeling. Oh, which
oh,
hold on. I'm gonna butt in for a second.
button,
Remember,
go
guys, when
ahead.
I said I did nothing yesterday? I did
Oh
nothing but
yeah,
binge watch this all day long. So
she was more
I have
prepared. I will be honest, I am nearly done. I'm three-quarters of the way done, but like I have a sense of what's gonna go, and Jenna's
yes.
let me know.
I gave him
So
the rundown.
she gave me the rundown, and she gave me the rundown, you might think, because well, Michael would want to watch it. Well, you know what? My 30-second thoughts are I'm severely disappointed. And I expect more because Jenna and I are reality TV aficionados, as you all know. And I'm just disappointed. It's become a type of TV show that is a chore. As Jenna was saying, it's like a job to watch this. And it's not enjoyable all the time. There are some enjoyable moments, but there's a couple of people who are like, I don't know, ruining it. And there's actually just one person who's severely ruining it, and the rest deeply support her, except a couple. And so then everyone ruins it because one of them is ruining. That's my thought.
I would agree. And like I said, like I literally said it was like it was like a job yesterday. Like I was like, nope, like I want to
Ugh.
finish this. I want to like have it like one, I want to be able to go on my social media because our social medias
Right.
are, as we say, curated
Curated.
for
Yeah.
our interests, which are reality TV. So
Hmm.
I
People are going to
knew
talk about it.
that people were going to be talking about it. So I was like, I gotta
Hmm.
finish this. It was a job. It was a chore. And I I can sit and watch our housewives, literally, guys,
All
like
day.
all day and like be like, oh my God, it's already the end of the day. Like, holy
Right.
fuck,
Like,
like the whole day went by. And I'm having nothing but a good time.
exactly. And we've only
Yesterday,
watched 10 episodes. Yeah.
yesterday I watched it and I was like, holy fuck, it's 4 o'clock. And like I've been watching this all day and like there's still two left. Like I don't know if I can do this. Like it was just like
Yeah. No, it
a
was
time.
torture. It was torture. Like I was getting through it and I was like, you've got to be kidding me. I'm only on episode 6. And now I'm like only on episode 7. Like you've got to be.
High key, the episodes feel like they're like 2.5 hours long. Like I
They
feel like each
are.
episode is like a movie.
Right. And we watch like I watched the first episode and I realized it's super long and I go, okay, like cool, we need to get some like context. There needs to be some interesting. And I'm like, okay, this is kind of long. Then it happens again. Then it happens again. Then it happens again. It doesn't also help because I was saying to Jenna this, it did kind of help at the time that I have ads. Like so I'm watching on Hulu and they have ads. So it's a nice phone break. But I want to get through it. So I'm like, oh God, I got another 2 minute, break, another 2 minute break. I'm just trying to get through this fucking show. And it's really bad. I literally had to pause and go, why am I love this. I have nothing else to watch, so I shouldn't really be complaining so incredibly. But then I realized because I got so connected to this for like the past 3 or 4 days, I'm behind everything else. So it actually kind of works out because then I have stuff to watch next week. So I can stop complaining. But it's like it's a chore. But Jenna, should we get into we have some questions about like
Yeah,
who
then
you're
we want to
thought
hit the highlights.
let's have that. Okay, so Jenna, tell me who's having the best season? I think I can give my answer pretty quickly, but I want to let you go first.
So I would say, I think it depends on the context of the question because are we doing
Okay.
best season as in delivering the most as a reality TV star, or are we saying
Mm-hmm.
who is thriving in all aspects of
Ooh,
life?
I will say let do the latter, and then I'll do the former. The latter.
Okay.
Who is thriving in all aspects of
Oh,
life?
Whitney. Whitney, no
Whitney
question asks. I love
looks
that girl,
good.
support her.
Yeah,
Looks
she looks
good.
good. Is true
She's
to her word. She is
all of the
dedicated to
success
her
is
craft,
flowing in.
and she is like genuinely such a good person. And I think for so long she was misunderstood and misunderstood by the two of us. So we can
Yeah.
truly say this. I love her. I'm so proud of her. When I saw that she got like that movie, because I haven't seen yet where she formally gets Chicago. But when I saw that she got the movie and she's like crying and she's like so proud of herself, she should be. Like that's incredibly
Yeah.
amazing. And I'm so proud of her. She deserves it. If anyone deserves like they're all gonna be they're all successful in some way. She deserves it because she has like really put her mind because she has wanted to be something other than a TikTok star. She wants like this
Yeah.
fame and
She's
she's done
putting
it
in
in
the
all the right
work.
way. She's putting in the work and she's not becoming this awful famous person that doesn't care about her fans. She
She's not
understands where she came
entitled
from.
to the fame. She knows she has to
Exactly.
work for it.
Exactly. Because she knows that she got fame in a way that isn't always conducive to being famous like in the industry. She's famous because of TikTok and she's got that fame, but that doesn't always translate well into actual like considered fame by higher.
Yeah.
So I'm very proud of her, and I think she's thriving. But to the your other question, to the former, who do you think is like who had the best season in terms of like reality TV moments? I guess
Um, I
still kind
don't
of say
know.
her. So that's the hard
Yeah.
part because I
I
feel
mean,
like
after like seeing like the part that like I saw you haven't seen, like I would say probably Whitney. I just some of the other girls, it's either like they're trying too hard or
mhm,
like what they say, I don't know if maybe like our frontal lobes are fully developed, so we're like
yeah,
it doesn't land well. But
yeah. I
yeah.
agree. I would still say Whitney because I still feel like Whitney stayed true to herself. And I think if you stay true to yourself and you stay true to your morals and you stay true to what you believe in, you're gonna be good on reality TV to an extent, at least if you're authentic. And I think she is. She's really gotten to a place of being authentic. She's
Yeah.
open to this experience. She's open to the
And
women.
that's why we like her now, is because
Exactly.
before we felt the disconnect,
The
and
disc
now we're
totally.
getting genuine Whitney, and we're like, yes, we love this.
Exactly. Like she is being her authentic self. And that's all I ask for. As long as you're authentic and honest and real, I'm okay with it. I can put a lot past everything. I can move past a lot if you're honest and real and like really like take ownership. And she has. She really, really has. And she's trying to make her relationships better. She's trying her best because she understands at the end of the day, mom talk got her here, so she can't abandon it entirely.
Yeah.
Which
And like
also
that's the
mom
thing.
talk's kind of toxic. So I get
Yeah.
abandoning it too. We'll get into that, but
Yeah. But no, I agree. Like I feel like she's not only putting in the work like
uh-huh.
career-wise, she's putting in the work into these
Otherwise,
relationships and like trying to like make that effort and show that effort,
yes.
which again, we'll get into that more later. But
Yeah.
um I'm gonna move on to our next question.
Yes. Yes.
Who do you think this season feels the most chaotic?
So I can give you a quick, easy answer, gun to the head. It's Taylor. That girl
Oh, no
is
questions asked.
incredible. I mean, if you're saying mom talk, totally. I'm not even going to answer questions about dad talk because it's shoved down my
Mm,
throat. I just don't agree with it. So, not discussing dad talk, but mom talk is Taylor because Taylor lives life in this chaotic, toxic environment and refuses, she will say, I'm living in this toxic, as you said before, Jenna, she lives in this toxic cycle. She knows she's in this toxic cycle. She's learned this in therapy, but she's just staying there. She's literally not doing anything to get out of it. And I thought last season she was, so I was really hopeful. I was like, she's going to come in, be
We loved
grown.
her last season. We talked
She was,
so highly of her.
I flashed to us talking highly about her. No, like, like she literally was like, "Oh my God, she's like the mom of the group. She's grown. She's very
Yeah.
mature. She's like, even with the Demi situation, she easily could have turned and like gotten really into it with Demi, but instead she's like, "Hey Jesse, this isn't worth it. She's not worth it. We're not doing that. She is
Yeah.
trash. We're not dealing with her." Like she was such a mature adult when it came to all of that, and she was so mature when it came to the Whitney of it all. She has always seemed to be, I guess I was going crazy. I thought she was very mature about all this because at the end of the day, she was always willing to, even if everyone else hated Whitney, she'd at least sit down and talk to me. Even if everyone
Yep.
was annoyed with Jen, she'd sit down and talk to Jen to see what was going on. Because at the end of the day, she knows she is the leader of this group. She is the star of this show. And she needs to get her shit together. And she has to have her shit together. And this season,
Let's
she
see,
decided to throw that
Michael.
out
I
the
was gonna
window.
say, Michael, where's her shit at this season? Because I
It's
can't fucking find it. It surely ain't
she
together.
No, it's not. She can't find it either. It's out the window and gone. It's never been exist. She burned it.
Yeah,
Like I just
guys.
I saw it and I was like, because everything she does, I'm like, hey, so I get it. And but my argument is her constantly saying she's, tied to him. She has no other choice but to move on because of X, Y, and Z. No, correct, because you didn't make the right decision 3 years ago. You had the decision to not have sex with him. You had the decision to, if you were going to have sex with him, at least put a condom on, put some form of protection on, and not have a child with him. And yet you decided to go and make every bad decision, and this is where you got into. So now your decisions are limited because you made all the bad ones in the beginning.
And
Now you're
not to
stuck with him
mention, these bad decisions are continuing and they're not
and never stopping.
stopping.
They're
And
getting
I'm
worse.
sorry, she is creating the problem. Like she is toying with this man's emotions. Like again, I'm not a
Mm,
big Dakota fan. Like I
yeah, like oof.
don't like he's all right, but like again, he's just a man. Like
He's
just a
he really
dude.
truly is a big old, like, he's a big old man whore. And I will say he has at least consistently been that way.
Yeah.
I will give him that. It's not good. It's not great. He's still a whore. He's still doing the wrong thing. But we all know this. Everyone knows this. He has been this way since the beginning of
Taylor
season one.
knows
Knows this.
this.
And she has had the choice to say, I am not going to be with him, have a child with him, so I have to co-parent. That's the thing she should have always led to. Even if she was having these crazy thoughts where she wanted to be validated by him, she wanted to be in this toxic cycle, she should have remembered she is a mother to his child and needs to, even if she hates him, put that aside and be a mother. And then just deal with him because you have to, because of child. And I'm not saying she has to deal with his bad behavior and he can do whatever he wants, but she shouldn't play into it and she should be done with it. She can't say, I'm done with this, I'm over it. And so stupid. And then go sleep with him. And then go yell at him and scream at him and go sleep with him. And they'll yell at him, scream at him and sleep with him. It's ridiculous. It's
It's
ridiculous. It's
it's not
ridiculous.
it's
Someone has to
like
break the cycle and no one's going to.
and we're at a point where and Michael had to remind me of this because it gives very like no offense to college aged people. I know we were one of
We,
those once not too long
before
ago.
we get it.
Um, and it gives very much like late high school, early college years
Yeah.
relationship toxicity, like
Yeah.
in just the whole way that the situation is being handled by both of them gives
Hmm.
very early college years. These people are older than us. They're older
There's
than me. And
there's
I'm always talking about how I'm approaching 30, that I'm basically
exactly,
30.
and they're past
So
it. Like, and that's the thing. Like, Taylor is old. She is older because she is like, I think she is
she's
minus
32.
32. She's minus Demi, who we don't really count. She is one of the oldest with, I think, Whitney. Her and Whitney are some of the oldest, and they are stark differences. If you it's just so jarring un how unmature she is. Like she's so immature, not immature. She's so immature. And it's like, oh. have you made it this far? And I feel like Jenna said this one time when we were talking, like she took like 20 steps forward like last season and throughout the time she's been on the show where I'm like, okay, she's really making progress. She's actually growing up. This season, she literally took a plane and flew all the way back to well before the first step.
Yeah.
Like she fucked, and I was like,
Like it hits a point where like you need to just grow up and know better. Like I
and
if
that, yeah,
I cannot imagine at my ripe age of 28 acting that way.
I'd smack you across the face. Not gonna lie. I told Jenna, like, if I saw her act this way, smacked to the face, I'd say, "What the hell is wrong
Like
with you?" We'd have an
no.
intervention. I'd get her parents in. I mean, but the thing is, Jenna wouldn't be like that because Jenna is well raised. She has good sense of like self, and even if she's gonna maybe make a decision that isn't, like we all make stupid decisions. We don't make stupid decisions like that though. It's like to the
No.
nth degree of stupid, and I'm like. So it's just like, what is wrong with her? And it's like at some point you lose any empathy because I tried to feel for her. I tried to feel like, I get it. He has been a crap man to her. I understand that. And I get her dad not being in her life. I get her mom being tough with her. Is all those things are very tough. But when you see Taylor, because I think the Taylor everyone else has experienced is the Taylor we see now. And I'm like, oh, okay, I get why
Like
people
no
are so
wonder
frustrated.
her mom is frustrated. No wonder like her mom is, and especially because like I don't know if you probably are at this part where like we see what her mother went through and we see that in a way
Hmm.
Taylor is just like her mother was at that age
Yeah.
in a way, and it's sad and everything, and like
Hmm.
again it's the toxic generational cycle, but if your 32-year-old child was acting this way, and it's not like this is a 32-year-old child that doesn't also have children. Like Taylor
Right.
has multiple children at this point,
Three.
and that is like what example are you setting for your kids? What example are
Yeah.
like that is just, and then again, you're acting this way and you are also now the face of Hulu because they saw the
Hmm.
potential. You were the leader of MomTok, so they took you and ran with you. And the way you're acting is representing, and like this is the other girls
A
have this
network.
issue with it. They're like, you represent the network, you represent MomTok, like you are giving all of us a bad name with this behavior. And
Hmm.
if I like if I had a friend like that, I would have to be like, because you're
We're
guilty by
done.
association. Like I
You
cannot be
are.
associated with you because it brings down the value of myself. And
It does.
not to be rude, but like you got to cut those.
You got to cut those kinds of people because at the end of the
Yeah.
day, she's a soul sucker. Because at the end of the day, every time we see Taylor, she is crying and upset. She is bawling her eyes out. She is unkempt. She's literally like unkept and not well. Like she's like thrown herself together. And I'm like, you have children. You have to do something about your life. Like what are you going to be like this for the rest of their lives because you can't get out of this? Like you're going to be 45 doing this. Are you serious? No, like get a
45
fucking,
sitting on your friend's closet's floor calling Dakota because he slept with somebody else and you want to know if he enjoyed it. Come
mhm.
on.
And she can't even
Like
get herself dressed and together. I'm like, are you
I don't think
serious?
she brushes her hair at all.
No, she said it. She said she was literally, they were at the house in LA and she was talking to Harry and he's like, oh, your little hair sticking out. It's cute. She's like, yeah, I don't brush my hair. Okay, perfect. Just a cherry on top of how, like, and it's
Like
like, he is supposed to be the face of a network. She's literally the face of a fucking network because they said, we need to revitalize our Bachelorette franchise and we're putting it behind her. They will fail because of her. You mark
yeah.
my Jen and I mark our words because that girl is ruining the show if she doesn't get her life together. And that's the thing. That's why the show is going to go down. Jenna said this really well. The problem with this show is it doesn't have longevity because what it's centered around isn't something you can keep following. Because if you're centering around mom talk which is meant to make people successful. People are going to become successful, aka Whitney, aka Macy, aka Jen, aka some of them, and they're gonna branch off, and then they won't need the show. So what will Mom Talk be except four or five women complaining that people have left Mom Talk because they don't appreciate Mom Talk? That's a fucking cult. You're entering cult territory if you're gonna keep saying like that fact that Mom Talk, you have to protect Mom Talk. This is the only reason you're famous is because Mom Talk. Well, you want people to be famous. That's what people have to become. And you're upset that you have not become the kind of famous that you can leave Mom Talk. Mom Talk is a
So
gateway.
that is the perfect segue
Thank you.
into our evidence lounge
Let's
today.
do it. Let's do it. Because we got a fun
So,
evidence lounge today, guys. It's not fun for me. It's really fun for Jenna, though. It's okay.
yes, for those that you have watched it, you
Yes.
know
So,
this feud.
spoiler.
We are diving into Whitney Leavitt v. Jen Affleck.
Hmm.
And this is an interesting feud because if you've watched it all, we only see like a little bit of Jen and Whitney. Like, because they're in LA,
Yeah.
they're doing Dancing with the Stars. We definitely see more of the
The
stuff that's
rest.
happening in Utah.
Hmm.
Um, so it's very fascinating that this is like I feel like it's the feud that like resonates the most with us as
Oh,
just people down to our core. And
yeah.
so I have the pleasure and the honor of representing Whitney in this, and I am
I,
psyched.
and I have this
S-
sad feat of defending Jen Affleck. So we'll see how that
Good
goes.
luck.
Thank you.
So our issue here for those that, might not know exactly what we're talking about, um, it kind of stemmed with Whitney feeling unsupported by Jen during an important moment. So, little context here.
Hmm.
Whitney has like they're both busting butt in LA, Dancing with the Stars, thriving,
Yeah.
amazing. For those that watched it, like
They
I'm
killed
sorry.
it. They're like
They
really
did. They were amazing. And
they were
Whitney
amazing. They worked their ass off.
didn't even like that was the beginning of me like loving her was
Yeah.
Dancing with the Stars.
Oh, sorry. No.
So during this, Whitney finds out that she could be getting Chicago,
Hmm.
the
And
role
that's
of
important to
Roxy.
note. It's not definitive.
Yes, it's not
Sorry.
definitive. Well, in this meantime, Whitney's husband Connor tells Jen's husband Zach, yeah, there's talks of Whitney getting Chicago.
Mhm.
Zach, of course, runs immediately home, tells his wife Jen, as any good husband will do, because
I get
not
it.
to
Yeah.
go off topic, but some of the husbands are a little cagey with their wives, and I'm like, nah, my husband
Yeah.
better
Get
fucking tell me everything. Like, you better
exactly.
be
See,
reporting the fucking tea.
literally, that's your job. If you're gonna be a no
Yes.
job person, like, yeah. If you're gonna have no
If
job
you're
and you're
gonna
gonna
be a
be on
part of dad
the
talk,
get the drama. I
but
agree.
I digress. Um, back to the case at hand. Uh, so Jen now knows that Whitney gets Chicago. Jen and
Hmm.
Whitney see each other multiple times throughout the week at
Hmm.
rehearsals in the studio. They're cordial, Whitney knows does has no clue that Jen even knows. Whitney
Hmm.
then shares the information with Jen once it's official, and
Hmm.
Jen's response is, "Oh, I already knew." And Whitney feels hurt, which I don't blame her. It's been stressed, especially to Whitney these past 3 seasons, that we need to support each other in Mom Talk. If you don't congratulate someone, if you don't show support, that
Hmm.
is a negative connotation to you as a person.
Hmm.
And
Excuse me.
so Whitney, in that moment, she feels this lack of visible support. She feels that by Jen not saying anything, Jen is distancing herself from her. Jen does not like her. Like Whitney's,
Hmm.
like all those things come up, which I recognize so much because I have been there.
Hmm.
And especially like there's this expectation of friendship, and Whitney, no, like she has learned the hard way in this group
Hmm.
what those expectations are. And
Hmm.
we see throughout this season Whitney really, really trying to uphold those expectations. She's
Hmm.
working her like crazy in Dancing with the Stars, on top of all the other stuff, on top of having small children. Remember, she just had a baby last year. Like the baby's not that old. Um,
Hmm.
and she just moved her whole family to LA. And then on top of that all, she is also flying back to her friends' appointments. She's trying to make an effort with those girls to uphold
Hmm.
that expectation that has been made concrete to her.
Hmm.
So in all of this, let's also just throw out there the fact that when Jen and Zach came to LA and they didn't have a place to stay yet, Whitney opened up her home to her. Whitney, she might not have been so keen about it, and it might have been Connor's idea, but
Hmm.
Whitney still did it. Whitney still opened her with open arms, welcomed her family, her kids, her newborn baby, her assistant,
Hmm.
her nanny, all into her home.
Hmm.
And so I completely understand why in that moment where all Whitney would have wanted was Jen to say, "Oh my gosh, I heard you got Chicago. That's amazing. I'm so happy for you."
Hmm.
She got nothing.
Well, now we're gonna get into Jen's argument, and it's a little bit more dicey, but I'll do my darndest. So to kind of address some of the points that Jenna made, mm, to the point really, I think one of Whitney's biggest arguments that I was noting is the lack of support because, Jen allegedly knew the whole time, like she could have said at some point, "Hey, I'm so proud of you." But to Jen's fairness, Whitney didn't tell her. She wasn't directly told by Whitney like that she was possibly getting this. She heard from her husband, and it seemed probably like the moment to be like, "Well, I'm going to let her tell me." Also, there had been some tension, and there's always been tension, I think, between the two of them because Jen had her mental, like, she had some serious mental health issues last year, some serious like post, like pregnancy depression, and she was really not doing great. And she felt like Whitney had abandoned her. And so I know this moment of like doing the Dancing with the Stars together was the time to build that up, but that was still kind of lingering for her. So then to hear this news on top of like the stress and the anticipation of this of dancing constantly, to then hear not directly from someone you're trying to build a relationship with when you feel like Whitney is already kind of cagey about a lot of stuff and like does things just for herself. Jen felt like she was like, "Well, I'm not going to tell. I shouldn't tell me. I'll wait until she does it." So then when Whitney finally does tell her, she kind of already knows, and she probably has already had these feelings building up and like things, coming up for her that she's already had feelings about Whitney. And so now is the moment that it all comes up. And like I think kind of this moment of like Chicago, not like she having to tell her about Chicago and waiting so long, even though she should have told her sooner if they're supposed to be getting better and closer as Whitney is alleged. Like I think it was just a big moment where like Whitney, like Jen didn't feel like the friendship they had tried to build because of the shared experience meant anything. Um, I will say I don't think she maybe tried to snub Whitney. I think it was a moment where she felt like I'm gonna wait till Whitney tells me. And then even if I do know, I already know, and I'm exhausted from this, 5 hours a day of dance practice. Like I should maybe she could have given her a better response, but I don't think it was a intentional snub. Mm, And public support was obviously limited because if she only knew how tangentially because Connor said maybe she's going to get Chicago, she couldn't really be so publicly supportive of the situation because she didn't know how much she could say or not. I might get ineffective assistant of counsel because I really got nothing else to go off of with Jen because if I'm being really honest with you, Jen, not on your side here. I think you're totally in the wrong. But I do think if you gaslight yourself enough, you really can believe that Jen is justified in her being a
And
bad friend.
to follow that up before we get
Please,
into the verdict, then this is just my own personal thoughts. This has nothing to do with the case.
like, yeah,
Um,
just personal.
when you take into account everything else that's occurring, all the other context that we see throughout the season with
Hmm.
just the way that the girls act and treat each other, Jen, the jealousy is so
Charts.
evident that like
Hmm.
she's green. Like she is green and glowing with envy. And
Hmm.
I don't want to say that in a mean way because I understand how that must feel. Like,
Right.
here you are, you're doing the same thing, you're both on Dancing with the Stars, and you're not getting those opportunities, which
Hmm.
it's gotta suck. But at the
Yeah, it
same time,
has.
you just had a baby. Like you were 8 weeks postpartum. Like what you're doing is an amazing feat to
And
anyway.
no matter what, yeah, exactly. It is an amazing feat what she's tried to do. And she isn't a trained dancer. Whitney is a
Yes.
trained dancer. So to the point of like, Whitney is someone that has experience in
Yes.
the industry that lends itself. And Whitney is pushing herself to get opportunities. Jen literally just had a baby. It's not this, you can't really be pushing yourself
Yeah,
in the
she's
same kind
doing
of
the
way.
best she can.
She is. I'll give Jen that she
But
is doing the best she can.
in Whitney's defense again,
Back to Whitney's
the
defense.
argument that they have in one of the like their big blow up,
Mhm.
I have been there. I have been gaslit like by people like Jen. I have gotten to the point where like I'm just fucking done. Like I feel fucking crazy. Like we have
Yeah.
been in those instances.
We have
And
too many times.
way too many times. And so I get why Whitney was just like, I'm done. Like, I can't do this. Like, I can't keep talking in
Hmm.
circles. And
Hmm.
yeah. So with
Yeah.
that, I want to know, Michael, we got two. Who do you think is more justified? And was this a real betrayal or just a casual miscommunication?
So, based on the evidence that I'm hearing, I know I'm supposed to be defending Jen. I do think that what Jen did was shitty. I think Jen could have still texted her. She could have said, "Hey, I know you're probably not supposed to tell me, but I told my husband you might get Chicago. I'm super proud of you. Whatever happens, love that for you because we're supposed to support each other." She could have even done that, and I think that would have been enough. But the fact that you have to be like, I already heard. Like when you're clearly just jealous that you didn't get that, you haven't got the same kind of opportunities, and you're not doing as well on Dancing with the Stars. It's just not necessary. If you're meant to be in an environment of MomTok that's meant to be supporting other women, then you have to support other women. Full stop.
I couldn't agree more. And I'm gonna go and like this kind of wrap everything up today. I feel like after watching this, me and Michael, we've had multiple discussions about it at this point. And I don't know again if it's just because our frontal lobes are fully developed or what,
Hmm.
but the mean girl energy that have seen throughout the entire season from, I would be willing to argue 98% of the people on the show
Yeah.
is just like,
Gross.
it's gross.
It's
Like,
abhorrent. You're 30-year-old
and
women. Act like it.
yeah,
And I,
it
I, and I
like,
will say, and it's bad. I don't want to always use the word as victims of Mean Girls, as victims of this kind of behavior of gaslighting and mistreatment and being made to feel awful and crazy for doing nothing wrong and for not following like strict orders and rules. It was just like I was like, oh my God, I felt so bad. I was like, Whitney, you're right. They're wrong. You deserve better. Leave this show. If
we
this show
were
has to
her.
end, we were her. We were exactly in Whitney's position. I also, the Whitney apology tour,
Yeah,
me.
yeah. We literally talked about that. That
Yeah.
yeah, we you
So
see
we
that in
get
the
it.
last. We get
Yeah.
it,
Like
and
Jenna has been there. She's been in Whitney's position. I have been in Whitney's position, and it's the worst. And she
it is
deserved
the
better.
worst. But I am very hopeful for her because I think once we got out of our situation, that was basically the same. We kind of thrived. Like, look at
We
us
did.
now. Like,
Look at
we're
us. We're
still
killing.
besties. We started this podcast because of that incident. So
Exactly. And it's grown
I
beyond that.
Yes, and I think that Whitney is in that like entering and in that season of life. Like
Mhm.
she's finding her way out
Yeah.
and
This was the final
it's
test. This was the final
yes.
test and the final thing of saying, see, like, just get through this and you'll be good. And I think she's going to because she already had so much success as it was happening that then she's like, you know what? I don't need this. And honestly, if she left, good. Please.
Yeah.
It's becoming a cult. So leave while you can.
It's becoming a negative connotation
It's
for
bad.
sure.
And it's going to ruin her if she has to like stay in there and support whatever craziness they like to do. Mean girl behavior.
So yeah, so I mean, I would love to circle back like imagine like what we said the first after the first season of Secret Lives of Mormon Boys. We loved it. We were champions of it. Like we wanted more.
We wanted more.
And now I'm like, I want more just so that I can like, I guess try to understand. I don't even know what I want at this point. Like, because it's
Hmm.
so hard to watch because of the Mean Girl energy. But at the same time,
Hmm.
if they were to drop more, I feel like I would have to watch it just because,
It's like watching a car crash.
yes,
It's like watching a car crash, and you're like, "Well, I've already watched this much of the car crash. I got to see what happens.
like
I
it
got to see."
hurts to watch, but like I
Yeah,
gotta watch.
yeah. I will say this is like I we don't like to call our reality TV guilty pleasure because it's not. This is the guilty pleasure. This is something I'm like, no one can see me watch it. Close the windows. Like I don't want people to know. I'm embarrassed. It's
Yeah.
sad. So,
So,
but I will continue to watch. So
yep. And I hope
let us know your
that
thoughts.
let us know your thoughts. We hope that it does turn around. We hope that Taylor gets her shit together because we love when Taylor does have her shit together.
When she
Let
has
that
her
be
shit
known.
when she has her shit together and she's that bad bitch that like reads people down, that's the Taylor I love. That's the
Love
Taylor I
her.
said a couple of seasons ago that she could be on Real Housewives if that's the behavior, if she was not also a complete empathetic mess.
Yeah. So with that, court is adjourned,
When is
and
adjourned.
I gotta go recover from rehashing everything that I watched all day
I know.
yesterday.
Me too,
So,
honestly. So
all right. Michael, where do the people find us?
they can find us on Spotify, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, and iHeartRadio. So,
Amazing. Catch you next week.
thank you.
Bye.
Bye.